Oh, what's going on? How we doing, everybody? How we doing? Let's get it going. Who all's in the house tonight? Jermaine, what's going on? Tony, there's Miss VCD McDaniel. Did you get your video? Veronica? Was it Veronica or Victoria? I can't remember VCD. I always say VCD. I hope you got the video that I sent for you, okay? Series 16, peace and blessings. Sam Davis in the house. E Money Bags from Georgia. What's up? What's up? Vineyard. What's going on? The Debonair Barbonair. I like that. Hola, señor. ¿Cómo está? Silver Linings. I'm semi new here. I hope you can teach beginners step by step. Looking forward to your live. Silver Linings. I'm so glad you're here. I appreciate you being part of the community, and I appreciate you stopping by the video. Are you, let me know, are you in the Discord, Silver Linings? Are you new to the Discord? Happy trader, we will hit the SPY for sure. That's right, that's right. There's DC in the house. Hello, Miss Ari. How are you, young lady? What you got your picture, Ari? What is that? Oh, there you are. I see it now. What's up? There's Dom. What's up, Dom? We just had a quick conversation. There's Miss Lindsay Crisp. You finally decided to buy that TA subscription. TV, so I guess Trading View. Is that what you're talking about? Sinster in the house. Yolanda. What's up? What's up? Miami in the house. Hello, Caitlin. Wealth Builder, Franklin. Travis Rogers. What's up, buddy? Garbage Mike in the house. Cody. You're so welcome, Silver Linings. I'm glad you're here. I'm new as well. Sam Davis, VIP in the Discord. I'm learning some. Okay, thanks, Sam. Thank you for being here. Z River in the house. Joe Smith. You're just here from YouTube, Silver Linings. Okay. Okay, well, I'm glad that you're here. Can we look at that? Yep. Apple. Let me write these down, guys. So, Apple. We want to hit SPY. I want to hit Meta. Man, I hope some of y'all got that Meta with me. I come on here last night and told you. Man, people still piling in. What's up? Boca Raton, Jermaine. Yeah. Oh, Sourlito got the first two songs back about 30 minutes ago. The mix, the first two songs are mixed down now. Fat Tone's here for the guitar lessons. Tony Williams will tell you the SWJ Discord is an incredible deal. It really is. Yes, it really is. Could you do a demo to show us exactly how you start looking at a chart? For example, first step, do XYZ, second step. QNV, I will try to make some sense of your question, but there's a lot of variables to that. Are you looking Is that what I'm still looking for a day trade, or for a swing, or for a scalp? Or, if you could maybe be a little more specific to me, okay? Thank you. Yep. METU still going, Ambrose. I banked on that bad boy today. I'm just going to tell you. I ate steak yesterday. I might eat steak again tomorrow. Okay, Lindsay Crisp, let's do that first. Let me show everybody how to do VWAP on TradingView right fast. How about that? Okay. Let's do the correct screen. How about that? Why don't we do the correct screen? SPY today it opened. You looked at VP's hourly huge volume node at 670, but no real resistance on the way up this morning. Except, yeah, I gave really good levels on SPY today. So I'm going to go through with you here. Let me blow this up for you. This is what I told her. This is what I gave everybody today. This was pre-market, okay? This was pre-market this morning. And if I X this off and show you why is that showing like that? There we go. Just cutting it off. Calls over 664.25 to 666.60 and then 671.50. Okay? Had that for you this morning. We're going to bring SPY up and look at it for a moment. We'll do it first. Okay, when I start my day, I'm looking at a few things, okay? Trying to buy long-term SPY VOO for my twin years. What's a good entry point? Tyler Smith. Okay, give me a minute. I'll see if I can get that for you, my friend. Yeah. What's going on, George? Saurlito. What's the video last night? Was there this morning? It's Saul. Hey, Saul. Okay, I got you. Okay. Chris, thank you, my friend. Thank you, Jaguar. So first of all, I'm going to remove VWAP. We'll help Lindsay there for a moment. Anytime you want to add something on TradingView, okay, when you want to add an indicator, we're going to go to indicators. If you have your screen too spread out, you won't see the word indicators here. Or if your screen's too small, you'll only see this symbol, okay? Man, what is going on with my headphones? Check, check, check. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Give me one moment, guys. One moment here. Sound check. Yeah. Check. 1 2 1 2. There we go. Sound a little better for me on my end. Okay. So we want to go add an indicator, right? This time we want to add VWAP. I'm going to type in VWAP, and you're going to see a bunch of stuff, right? A bunch of different VWAP stuff come up through here, okay? What is built into TradingView will always come under the Technicals tab. These are going to be divided up into personal, built-in, and community, okay? You want the built-in ones most of the time for things like an EMA or VWAP per se. You want to be under, make sure you come under the technicals one. And to be specific, this is volume weighted, oh Lord, I can't spell. Average price is what this stands for. Volume weighted average price. To save it as a favorite, always click this star and then just click the word one time. Okay. When you click it, you're going to notice it came up here on my, over here's a list of all my indicators, right? It'll say VWAP session. Now I'm going to turn everything else off for just a moment. You can eyeball these, right? Click the eyeball and it turns them off and on. Okay, this is just VWAP. And their VWAP comes with a built-in 3 bands. It will sort of remind you of Bollinger Bands if you've dealt with Bollinger Bands much. And when you get move, some people will trade this as in this way. When you get a move and you are either under or over all 3 bands, it is when it's like firing on all cylinders, a move like this, okay? You're under the lower band, middle band, and upper band of VWAP. But when you're in a day like this, the only real move was when all 3 bands were cleared here. The rest of this move in the entire day was chop. You didn't really want to trade this, okay? Again, with this day, your only real move was the first move down. Now, on a day like this, you had a nice move from here down. You were under all 3 bands of VWAP. If you do that, you just run the 3 bands of VWAP. Like that kind of gives you, okay, I'm only doing it if this is my setup, right? But normally, what most of us do is we go to the settings here, click on settings. Nothing on input is changed. But you go to style. My VWAP is always white. Click on your blue color. Change it to white. That's how you change the color on anything. You click on the color box, okay? And then we uncheck the upper band, lower band, and the bands fill. Uncheck all 3 of these, and you just run the single VWAP and click OK. Now you have one VWAP line. That is the middle band of VWAP, okay? There you go, Lindsay. Hopefully that helps you. I don't use anchored VWAP DC, nope. Okay. Yeah, hit that like button for me, guys. This is a public video, so I do appreciate the likes, okay? Let's analyze the SPY for a moment and my levels. So I told you 664.25 was my breaking point. And if we go to 664.25, it's going to put you there. Okay. Now, we'll show you what to do on some of these levels when I give a level like this, okay? 1, what was the reason I was running this level? 2, how do you play this level? Because this played 2 times. One time, you got a small scalp, 664.20 to 665.30. That's a 1-point scalp. This was the break of the line as this candle crossed my line, right? Now, an opening candle for the safest entry, you only play the follow-up candle if it is a continuation candle. If this is not a continuation candle, which means the body is going to continue being formed past the body of this one, right? You're going to start getting a full-bodied candle to go past this candle. In this instance, did it happen? No. You got a small wick and right back down. So there was no follow-up candle here. So you have to cut this move at 664.25. Guess what? Then you have to reevaluate, which is what we have to do sometimes. So what's our next thing, guys, that we come in here with? Our first structure, pre-market. Second structure, opening range. ORB, okay? Opening range. Opening range is your first 3 5-minute candles. The high point, the low point. These two purple lines. When this price action reversed, where did we stop? You can't tell me these don't work. Opening range low, right? So your second attempt at this same trade was this candle from my level, okay? It was the second break. Anytime you get a second break of a structure, it often will be met more violently. It got broke once, came back, and did it again. This was what began the move on the SPY today, okay? So the next entry over this was the break and hold over opening range. A candle must pass through it and then close over it for the confirmation. This green candle here. None of these work because why? None of these candles crossed and held over. This candle did work. This candle led to the rest of the day chopping up. This wasn't a runaway day, but it did chop up. So what's the next guide for us, guys? Somebody tell me. The 9 EMA. The secondary guide for a trend is the 20 EMA. When the 20 and the 9 are not being respected and cease to hold, you had one more opportunity for a retracement to the 20 here if you want to play EMA and trends. When this retook the 20, you were going to play a hop off this level right in here, 667. And we never got to my second target, 671.50. That was my upper target. It never got there. So this move played, my first level played, but it played on the second pass through. And it ran. I told everybody today I thought Palantir was the strongest. And guess what? It was. That thing never slowed down the entire day. And I caught some of it after the live stream, but I didn't get all of it. And the only way to fix stuff like that, y'all, is to go back and reanalyze it and to go back and look. And I wanted to tell you why I liked Palantir so much today. And y'all probably see it pretty quick. These green lines and the red lines on my chart are for previous week and previous day high and low points, right? When Palantir decided to break today, we took the first candle for about 20%. Well, guess what? It didn't want to continue. It wanted to retrace. Where did it retrace to? Again, opening range low. And it held 1, 2, 3 candles. High point, low point, okay? This is entry here. This is entry here if you want to take those bounces. Sometimes they're hard to spot sometimes, but this was the spot to go in, okay? Second entry. Most would think it's up here, and this wasn't a bad entry, but your actual second entry on Palantir is right here on that candle because it crossed over pre-market high and the previous day high. This is why I wanted Palantir so bad, because I knew, and when I run a volume profile, I'll show you, there ain't nothing above us right here. From here all the way about down into here, there's no structure to catch us or to stop us. So when you run this fixed range back There you go. Once we got over these levels, these bars printed today. Once you got over this, so now your next range, your next breakout point for Palantir's right here, 165. If you want to put that on your chart, and that's today's high. Look at that print. I wanted this break because there was nothing above us, and that's why Palantir ran all day. There was no structure above us. 6 drawings. Let me take it back. Replay this one time. Watch this. Now, will it let me measure this on a replay? Yeah, see, there. That's how it appeared this morning. You see that? There's nothing above us right here. Look at all this empty area. So once we cleared those levels, it was off to the races. Now, when you go down here and you start playing a bar at a time for a moment, you'll see I'll remeasure as we go. Look at that. Nothing. There's nothing here. Nothing to stop us, guys. That's why I wanted it so bad this morning. That's why I said Palantir was the strongest. Look at there. Now, if we stretch this on over and remeasure it, it started printing some volume up through here for us. You like that? I love this indicator. And I love going back to reanalyze these. Now, why is that volume up there? I'm going to pause this for a moment. Can you guys see that? Why did this volume bar print right here? You can see it in real time now. Do you see that we consolidated all this consolidation right here? And that's at 3 o'clock today. That's why this volume bar printed. Because price action. There's market structure for you. If anybody is realizing. Hello, Shelly. If anybody is wondering what market structure is, or when somebody says structure, you just saw it printed right before your eyes. This is structure right here. When price action begins to consolidate, you can see volume printing. Like, I hate volume down here on the bottom. I'm horrible with it. I'll be the first one to tell you that I'm not a I don't play that volume down there a whole lot. I just don't. Like, if I see something, a big bar come in, then it'll catch my eye. Other than that, it's just it doesn't have the visual effect to me. But the volume profile has the visual for me that I can bring across the Palantir was fire, Ambrose. Yes, sir. Thank you. So I'll move on here. I just wanted to show you guys that. I wanted to run through that with you because I like to teach a little bit. Mike, were you live this morning? Could not find you on live trade. Yep, Daniel, I was live. So, I loved it. If you go back and start using your replay on TradingView, you can find so much, man. You can find so much, and then you start testing things and reanalyzing those things, okay? So, yep. Can I take a look at, let's see here, what's the tab to click to get the 3 colors on the chart? Pre-market and post-market. Z River Rats. First of all, go to a smaller time frame, like anything under a daily. If you're on a daily, it's not going to appear. You have to go to a smaller time frame. And then you go down here in this bottom corner, it'll say RTH. You got to change that to extended trading hours. Then these colors will come up for you. Yeah, they have moved the channel, guys. They've moved the channel on Discord, so I'll bring it over and show you where it's at. Let me show you where it's at. Can everybody see it here? If you're on the Discord, here is Crowned Traders, right? You're going to see my name right there. Come all the way to the bottom. You're going to see Live Trade down here. That's where it's at now. Live Trade. You know, Josh has his live trade under Goat Signals. Live Trade Josh. This is Live Trade for the Crown Traders, okay? If you don't have that channel or you don't see that channel, go to the search bar at the top of your screen where it says search, and you can type in the words live trade, and it will come up right here, and then you'll hit this plus and it'll add it to your channel list over here, okay? Hopefully that helps you. Using desktop trading. I use the app trading, the desktop app QNV. I don't ever use the web version on anything. Sourlito, that TPO indicator is a little above me. I am spending time learning the volume footprint. It's under your candles here, and it can be a lot. It can be a lot. So it divides the sections of the candle up basically and gives you a delta at the bottom. It's something, man. So I'm always trying to add new things myself. Okay. Now, what did we get this morning? Let's look at a 1 hour. Or let's look at the daily on Palantir here now. This will probably be true with a lot of these stocks that we look at here. We simply got a pop off of support. We have no confirmation yet. But this is this is an early first move for any kind of reversal. And I think I've told everybody this past week or so, a lot of these we're going to chart similar. They retrace to their previous lows at their upper volume shelves. So when I bring up a volume shelf on these, let's go back to April lows. You can see when Palantir lost this 174 and then these wicks under it, that was the flush. Now, it snagged on the previous lows. Here's what it did. It's going to have to prove more to me. So, can it? Yeah. If I wanted to go long on this, I would have probably went long today, but maybe in the coming days. First, it will have to retake the 9 EMA. Okay. Every trend must prove the 9 EMA. If it's on a trend, I don't care if it's on a daily or 1 hour, it must prove the 9 EMA with the 20 EMA as its secondary line of defense. Think about the EMAs like your screen door and your front door. The 9 EMA is your screen door, right? The random cracker jack that walks up and down the road can come open that screen door pretty easy. Think of the 20 EMA as your dead bolted front door, okay? When that door gets broke down, it ain't good. It ain't good for anybody that breaks it down, right? So it ain't good for our price action. When it stops respecting the 9, the 20 can catch it. If the 20 can't catch it, I ain't interested. Not in the upside anymore. It's going to start retracing on further down. So the 9 and the 20 are always my trending EMAs for closer to the price action. Palantir must now, I think it could come back to 174 and test this. I think that's doable for Palantir. If you get, if this continues across your signal line on the daily, of course we got a short week, okay, so take that into consideration. And if the MACD wants to give a cross up down here, it's got the look, but it has to show continuation here. Right now, that was just a pop off the lows, and we'll see what it does. You got this, got a bit of a descending line of resistance right there. You see that? And that's how a lot of these will look today. Okay. Let's get Meta. I want to show you Meta because I've got that as a swing right now. The reason I liked Meta first is because Meta led the way down, so Meta could have been one of the first ones to bounce. Meta bounced today, so I played METU last night in the 24-hour session because you can buy shares on the 24-hour session, right? Sorry, guys. Give me 1 second here. Okay. So Meta has got to get I want it to retake this 611 here. That's last week's high. And right here. That's what I was looking at earlier. Y'all see that? Right there. 632 is what I said earlier, so that's pretty close. About 630. I think Meta can retest 630. That is this volume bar here. Somewhere in this neighborhood. 631 area, in between 627 and 637. This is a decent target for this bounce. Okay. I like Meta still. Cross up on the MACD. RSI led the way. This is what got me interested last night. Looks like the MACD signal line's crossing. It's got the look, guys. We probably come up and retest the 20 or 630. The 20 EMA or 630 on your price action. Then 637 would have to be broke over top of for any more upside. This is a long ways off, obviously 690, but it could do it. It could do it. All right. Dead cat bounce, Sergio. I don't think so. Dead cat bounce would be much more violent. Dead cat bounce is usually you would see a big wick come straight off that level for a dead cat a dead cat bounce. I hit full screen on TradingView and I can't find the button to get rid of it. I feel you, Peter. So Peter, if you do that, I think you can hit escape on your keyboard and go back. Or is this entire top bar just missing? Yeah, the bar's gone. Okay. Hit escape. Click your chart, then hit escape on your keyboard. See if that works, my friend. Dom, my MACD is stock, but my RSI is different. I go over this a lot, but my RSI, here's my RSI settings. It's not like a big secret. I want everybody to know. Okay. I click in where it says calculate divergence. So it's telling me automatically when bullish divergence starts coming back into the RSI. That's the leading indicator. And then click on style. And upper RSI, upper band, middle band, lower band, right? That's the three I care about. I change this to green and 60. And the lower band goes to red and 40. Okay, 60 and 40. Why 60 and 40? Everybody says, over 70s overbought, Mike, and under 30s oversold. Yeah, they are. But you're missing the move. The move happens over 60 and under 40. The accelerated move, I'll say. One of my favorite moves for a reversal is exactly what Meta gave us down here. Okay, here's your RSI, right? Meta got oversold, first of all, on the daily, on a good time frame like the daily, okay? We got oversold. Why didn't I like it here? Why did I not like it in this neighborhood? Well, because this, look how far your signal line, the yellow line, look how far away it is from your RSI line. Now, fast forward several days, RSI continues to stay here at the lows, not going any lower. You guys see that? There's your bottom on the RSI at about 22, right? It never went lower. But price action continued to fall to a certain point, right? And it continued to fall while RSI did not. This in itself is divergence. Now, all I needed was for this signal line to come low enough for the RSI line to cross it, right? That's all I needed. I just needed this thing to continue down. This is a moving average, much like this 9 EMA moving average right here. This is a moving average plotted on the RSI. So the closer it gets to my RSI line, the better chance I have of a crossing with it, of interaction. I want interaction with these two lines, just the same as my MACD. The RSI always goes first. One day later, the MACD starts crossing for us, right? There you go. Now the MACD line has intersected, and this is an early buy signal. Early. The completed buy signal is for this blue line to make its way to the middle point of the histogram called the zero line. That is the buy signal. Now, the fake out buy signal is like this one here. This blue line came up, and the orange line did not follow. The signal line did not follow. The signal line failed. Hence, we got this move. And you can see on Meta, if you come back here, you see how these were getting lower highs on your MACD, right? Let's go back out to price action back here. You can see all the way from back here. Meta's been tailing off. We got this high, an equal high with lower momentum. See that? Here's the high of your first run. Also up here on your RSI. Now the second run up gave you lower momentum. That is bearish divergence. Momentum slowing. Price action was flat, and then price action started falling. These are early indicators of what price is going to do, guys, especially on a bigger time frame, okay? What's up, Switz? Why don't you use MACD for scalping 0 DTE? I do a little bit. It's slower though. I like it on heavier time frames, brother, personally. But it absolutely comes into play on scalping. Absolutely. Just the same here, but these are smaller time frames. They just don't hit as hard. There's a little divergence coming in on the 5-minute. This is why we stopped climbing today, right? We hit a high and we stopped because momentum started tailing off on your MACD, right? Mostly RSI, you see. Yeah, I like the RSI the most. Yep, for sure. But the MACD comes into play some. Right here was the Meta on the 15. I just, the heavier time frames hit heavier, and the MACD is a slower indicator. But these are not necessarily like this 15-minute cross down. This isn't a reversal. This is I don't want to come up here and play puts off of a cross down on the MACD. One, because RSI is not falling enough to let it break structure. It's a combination, you know what I mean? It's a combination of structure, MACD, RSI. It's a combination of all of them. Because on Meta, we look, the 1 hour now is starting to curl down. We got a great move on Friday on the 1 hour. Right there at open. RSI actually back tested 40 and began moving up. And then the 1 hour buy signal was right here in the middle of the day on Friday, but I didn't catch it. That's why I got it last night in the overnight session. Yeah. Charles Wade, are we swinging Meta puts? I don't have Meta puts, brother. I'm still long on Meta because now I'm looking at the heavier time frames. Just like what I was talking about Switz there, the heavier time frames are a little more dependable. So right now it just got some bullish momentum in bear territory. This got a bullish signal, if that makes sense. Okay, I'll get off Meta, guys. So, I'm long Meta right now. I think we can retest 630 and see how we do there at that point. Yep. AMD, somebody said, and somebody asked earlier for Apple. I can hit Apple. Yep, you're welcome, Charles. Wow, man. Apple has been tough. Look at that. No big pullbacks on Apple. Look at that move. Well, it's definitely respecting this 265 area. You got a bit of like a triple top going on up here. Once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6, 7 times. It's knocking on this 276, 275, 276 level. Yep, for sure. It's looking strong, man. Let's go to a weekly on it. It's not slowed down yet. Still very strong on a monthly. Yeah, I still like Apple up here. One of the you got another cross up right down here. So on the daily, I think it's leaning a little bit to the bullish side. Looks like we're curling back up for another run. See, y'all, once these two lines get above the 0 line, you become in bullish territory. And it's not lost it since June. So once it got its buy signal on the daily back here in June, that was around 200, 203. Now you're up to 275. It's been a solid move up. Apple has let's see what it does with the 50. These things respect different trend lines or different EMAs. I'm going to add an EMA here, guys. So type in moving average, and you're going to get this moving average exponential. Click it one time. Now, if you get to a point where you can't see how many indicators you got, like you have to double click on your chart, and it'll go full screen chart, and it will show you whatever's hidden down here. So I can see I added another EMA, right? So I'm going to hit settings. I want to make this like orange. And I'm going to change this to the 50 for a moment. See how it behaves. See, it likes the 50. It will usually retrace past the 20, just like it does here. But it doesn't break the 50 as often. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Let's see if we can find a pretty good, pretty close. I hate that magnet mode, but sometimes it's nice to find the exact candle. So there's your trend. I'll tell you guys an easy way to to cheat on these trend lines when if you're not great at making them. And I'm not great. I'm not the best at making these. There's a tool over here called the regression trend. It's right here on your first set of tools. Hit this drop down arrow. It's called regression trend. When you hit a star, if you'll notice, this is a quick toolbar. When you hit a star beside one of these tools, it will save it on your toolbar. So I can just go grab it. Now, I can spot that there's a uptrend here, but maybe I'm not great at drawing the lines. So I can hit this regression and go to a low point, drag it to the high point, and looky there. It will plot it for you, and it's pretty doggone close. Pretty close. So it's more like that. And that. There you go. So, yep. It's in a nice uptrend, man. 276 for the breakout on Apple. I think it's leaning to the upside still. $276. The bottom of this area is at 265. This is your range for right now, okay, on Apple. Pretty doggone close. You'll see some nice shelves in between here. This is a pretty good line right in here. More like 267 and then 265, but pretty close. Anything under this level could bring us back down towards 256, 255 area. So this is what you want to hold above right here. If you got a chance to go long off of 265, if you were paying any attention to Apple, and I haven't been lately, but any of these down days were pretty good lows for it. Yep, it's stair stepping up. Okay. All right. UNH and Bull. Let's see here what question you got, CC. Can you please cover AMD? And I have another question. If you see a buy signal on the 1 hour, how long would you hold? PA Wilderness. I'm not doing leaps on Meta right now. I'm not saying it's a horrible time, but if you was to do that, then you would need to treat these local lows as your stop loss. I'm kind of looking for it to test 630 and see if we reject there. And we got a decent buy signal on the daily, but the week, I like getting them on the weekly. As far as how long you can hold a call depends on how far out that you buy it. That's all dependent on the expiration date. So if you buy something for January of 2027, you probably want to be getting out of that by October or so of 26, maybe late October of 26. You don't really want to hold them the last 2 or 3 months. That's about as far out as you want to go. I mean, you can go out 2 years, just about, maybe more sometimes, but 2 years on leaps. Yeah, that's it. It just all depends on the expiration you want to do, man. Okay. Yeah, pretty much a skip. PNW. Daniel, if you're tied into the same account, yep, it should notify you There's a few people asked for bull. Let's see what it's been doing. Sam Davis, yeah, I do a lot of one-on-ones and a lot of small group classes, so those are things I cover in my coaching calls. I do a lot of those. Josh has a whole slew of videos in the Discord. Yolanda, remember I bought shares. I did not buy options on METU. So I can hold these and I'm not worried. And that's the reason I bought the 2x leverage, so it give me a little more upside without the risk of the option. So I can still exit those in after hours or pre-market. If something crazy happens, I'll just go in and sell them. I don't have to worry about being stuck in an option overnight with it. The way the market is right now, I didn't really want to do that with options, though it was a good signal. Okay, on bull, I really warned and warned and warned on this at this 1070 and $10 level that it was not a good idea to be holding this. And it's not, it wasn't a good idea to be holding this. And the reason why is because no institutions stepped in to buy this. Like, now is a bit of a signal here. So like on bull, this either just popped with the market today, like it'd have to get it back above 860 here and hold. Okay. And you could get a run, just like a $1 run back to this 970 area, 980. This would be a little bit of resistance. Honestly, up to $10 is going to be resistance. And then back towards the $12 area. Okay. That would be best case scenario, because you're getting a bit of a pop down here off of being oversold. That doesn't mean this is getting bullish. Okay. On a stock like Meta, a blue chip stock, I put more weight into that move than I do on a move like this on bull, because bull has not proven itself yet. It could in coming days, but it's not yet. Just now got to cross over the, if you wanted to go long on this, I would just tell you that use your local lows, $8 as your stop loss, and you're protected with very little downside. But don't let this kick you, down back down here and then ride this thing down to $6 and $5. Okay, don't do that. You don't have to do that. You don't have to take those losses. So this is not a phenomenal looking stock. I don't like it so far. Even though I love the platform, I don't love the stock. It's starting to get that look too, that bit of a wedge down through here. Huh. Yeah. I'm not crazy about it, but this could pop off its lows at best, okay? UNH, I've not been watching it. Let me look. Okay. I do remember this chant. Man, turn this magnet off. This area of consolidation interested me from the last time, and I said we would come back and retest that. Now, if you look back here, right here we are in the middle of this area of consolidation. This is where we've came to test. This will prove whether this is turnaround time or not. So the bottom of this area is going to be 292. If you lose 308, 292 is on the table. And this just isn't performing yet. It probably will. Kind of too big to fail, but yeah, it's got a ways to go here on UNH. This thing got all the way to 384. What's the weekly doing? You see, the weekly never made it to the full buy signal. You guys see that? You got the cross up here. The nice move. And guess what? It didn't make it to the zero line. So this is going to pull back, hopefully make a higher low back above the signal line, and then get your cross right here. That would be what this would do in the future. That's how I would look at it. So we'll see. Right now, these are your levels to watch, down to 292 and back above 325. Okay? That's your main areas of interest. And then back up to these highs at the like 360 area. That's UNH for right now. It's not terribly bullish. It's still in bearish hands on the big time frame on the weekly, okay? Trucking with Josh, I took some profits on some Netflix, and I'm holding some, building a position for long term. Oh, let's see here. Way to go, family. Smashing that. Thank you, Dom. Thank you. I totally agree. ERDG, like, if bull, the thing that Hood has got going for it, it's got all the young blood, you know. It's got all that new young blood in it, and it's like hip. It's constantly on the cutting edge, and it's it's always growing and moving forward. Bull would have a lot to catch up, even with their platform. Like they've got the design going for them and the look. It's very chic and very I don't know, very new and modern looking. Bull needs that. I'm gonna do a couple more guys and then hop off. That's over an hour here. USAR and Lyft. I can do Lyft. I do have Lyft. Right now, it's not breaking out. It's not picking up and breaking out. I think this is a patience game on Lyft. I want to own it long term, but I am in the camp of if it can't hold 19, we're going to have to come back down here and get some more running room. I like this monthly candle here. right here around 1550. And then you've got lows back here towards 12, 1130 and 12. So this is doable levels. Just to put it in context, be real with you. This could pull back here. These are monthly candles. The monthly did make it to the zero line, but the signal line has not got there yet. Okay, we need both of them to fire through. So hopefully this back tests a little bit on the RSI and then goes right. Yep, me too, DC. If it don't hold 19, I ain't holding it. I'm not gonna run it all the way down to 15 and 13. Like, I would probably start DCAing again around between 17 all the way down to 12 with small position up to large position. The lower it goes, because I do believe in it long term, but I think it could get to 32 very easily. All right. SoFi. Man, I appreciate everybody coming in, hanging out with me. I really do. Silver linings, thank you, my dear. I hope you have found something interesting here. If you're looking for more fundamental, basic teaching, if you hit the description in this video, my email is in there, and I promise you, if you email me, I will contact you back, and we will set up a phone call to see how I can help you. Okay, you can ask Mr. Dom there. I just got off the phone with him before we started this live. I even appreciate the 2 thumbs downs that I got. I still love you. So yeah, if you want to email me silver linings, you can absolutely email me, and I will return your email. Okay. I do one-on-ones, guys and gals. I do small group coaching, and it is a service that I provide, that I do charge for it, but I do help people out. Okay. I help people every day, every single day. I promise you. And somebody super chatted me. Spencer, I'm sorry, brother, I missed that. I've got SoFi up here. Let me look right quick. Thanks for the super chat, Spence. Thank you very much. I think SoFi is cutting edge and going to be here for a long time. I would tell you long-term portfolio. I think you're wise to own this in your long-term portfolio, and I would be looking for it to at least try to get this off. If you're looking for long-term investing, SoFi, I would look to pick this up on the 100 or the 200-day moving average. That's what I would want to do. That's the 50. Let's change that to the 100. Okay, there's the 100 and the 200 day on SoFi. That's the weekly. Let's look at the daily. Okay, right here. So it just interacted with the 100 and reclaimed it. I would rather buy this closer to 20, but that's just me. I don't play SoFi a lot for swinging, but I like it long term for sure. It would not surprise me to come test 2150. Right there's your last big bar of volume. It needs to maintain 25. If it can't, then 21, 22, about 21's on the board, okay? Let's get AMD for Spencer there, since he super chatted. I do appreciate that. AMD, perfect bounce on the 100, but you can see this whole upper shelf is what's holding this, okay? If it wants to lose this again, just like I was saying earlier, oftentimes when you get a second pass through a resistance or support line, it will be a more violent pass through. So if you was to lose this 203 again, 180's on the table on AMD. I think overall, I mean, AMD is going to be a big player for a long time. So that's long-term talking, but short-term, near-term, this thing could probably come back towards 230, and it's going to deal with that back here, right in this neighborhood. 229, 230 area. That will prove to you whether we're going to rip back up or not. Right now it's under the 9 and the 20. So I like to get back above before I'm on any kind of trend, okay? It is trying to get a curl up here in the MACD, I'll say. We'll see. You'll see what happens when we retest these EMAs and the first resistance it comes to. If it gets up here and rejects, we're coming on down. And that's about the same with all these, okay? And then SMR. I'm going to make this my last one, guys. It's got delayed on me, okay? SMR. Starting to show some life, yeah? Yep, starting to show some life, man. I'm not sure what this is. New Scale Power Corp. I don't know what their options chain is like. SMR. I'm just looking at the options chain. Wow. Yeah, maybe an option on this. Maybe I think it needs to. Let me look at the upper shelf here. Right here, brother. Got to get back above 2350. 2375. And then you've got a little trouble right here. Really close. $30, man. $23.75 and $30. And then your local low here is at 17. That would be support right now, okay? Yep. That's how I see it. The options don't look horrible for January on these. If I was going to pick a call option on this, I'd probably lean towards the $20 strike. Pretty decent open interest. Volume's a little low on these. So Probably the $20 strike at best if I was going to do an option on these, okay? Guys, just for your information, I'm not a financial advisor. I love charting. I love hanging on with you guys and charting, okay? Thank you, Lindsay. What's up, Swits? Good night, my brother. Good to hear from you, man. Thank you. Tyler, for long-term SPY, I'm going to tell you, man, there's not going to be a magical place for you to pick it up. And what I'm saying is, not too often do you get tariff news where you get weekly levels like this that are buying opportunities. So I would tell you, if you were DCAing into the SPY is the smartest thing, dollar cost averaging, it's not broke down yet. The daily barely got, let's see, we got to the 100-day moving average on the daily. So if I got a chance at the 200-day moving average, that would be where I would go in. If you're going to lump sum it, that would be like my ideal spot would be the 200 or the 100. I would not want to buy this up at the top for a lump sum, but like to me, I like to throw a set amount each week at it and the Qs, and I never even look. I just throw it at it and leave it alone. And in 15 to 20 years, you'd be very happy that you did. Really, 10 years, you'd be very happy that you did. But I think that is, long-term investing is always going to be, long-term investing is always going to be with dollar cost averaging. If you're looking for a specific level, if we go back to April and get the tariff, then I'll tell you there's not much volume down through here. You really got to go back here to start getting volume to print. And I think the 600 level is pretty doggone stout. If you lost 585, this was my last levels down through here, man, was like this 480 and 520. But this, anywhere around the 600 mark would be great for 5 years to 10 years down the road, okay? I mean, just think about it. Go back to the weekly, and let's go back to 2023. Okay. You were buying this at $400. Just about, let's say, to the highs here that you just got. $73% move. That's hard to beat. That's hard to contend with. But anytime you get news, I mean, just from April to these highs, 43% move on the SPY. That's insane, man. That's insane. So, yeah, any kind of pullback towards 600 would be amazing in my eyes, okay? That's right, DC. Spending time in the markets always beats trying to time the market. Okay, yeah, Google's on fire, man. Google is on fire. Thank you, Miss McDaniel. Thank you so much. Yeah, guys, I can't do anymore. I'm out of time. I would love to chart all night long with you. let's see here. How many? I got 228 of you guys on here. 212 likes. So can we get to 220 likes? And I'll do AVGO. How about that? Or Google. You want me to do Google? There's 213. Oh. AVGO. The weekly. Very bullish, man. Just very bullish. I would set an alert for this trend line cross on the weekly at about 71 on your RSI. See if you get that. If you do, you'll get continuation. Another MACD cross right here will give continuation. And at the same time, you got to bust 388, man. 388's the number on AVGO. Any kind of pullback to 325, really even 350 area would be ideal. It's holding in a range at the top right here. It's been consolidating. It gave you one pullback to 325, another pullback close to 325, and firing. So it's firing on all cylinders, man. Yep. Thank you, Tyler. And then, guys, I would keep my eye on Google for sure. So let's do the 1 hour. You can see the difference here, man. Google, another runaway. It's insane. It just never quits. It's getting extended, but it's got room on the daily. I would watch Google to to possibly retest this 305 area. Back here. That's not what I wanted. Okay, that's all of last week. It's overextended. It's going to print volume up here at the top. So 311 would be a decent pullback here. Bottom of this shelf, about 311. Or you could come interact with previous highs at 318 area, somewhere in this neighborhood. Yeah, 317.50. I would watch that. We'll try to get a pullback on this upper shelf of volume. Otherwise, 305. Okay, that'd be my call, man. Okay, guys, that is it. I love you. I appreciate you so much. The best way to set up all pattern charts is there's nothing to it. The all charts pattern will auto detect any kind of patterns that it senses. Well, it's not wanting to work now. There it goes. So take, for instance, Palantir on the 30. It gave you a few days ago this falling wedge, which is bullish. Now it worked its way out of it. I will normally take off the rectangle when I do the settings, and I change this to last awaiting. And I turn this to in progress right there. So it'll auto detect a lot of these things for you. It helps you with your trend lines. It will find things that you can't see. Okay. All right, people. I love you so much, and I appreciate your support. Work hard for you. Promise you that. If you'd like to support me, if you're here from YouTube and not from the Discord, if you hit the description, the Discord is the top link in the description. That's the Stocks with Josh Discord. I'm a leader inside there. I'm a coach inside there, and I live day trade with everybody every day of the week. And I teach charts and I coach. I coach as an extra service that I offer. My email's in the description. I would appreciate and invite you to come to the Discord with us if you need help to find your way, navigate, learn how to invest, learn how to trade. Promise you, you're not going to find a better Discord. It's a clean house. Josh runs clean house. So I love it there, and you'll get a lot of support there, and you'll be with other people learning, and that's the best thing you can do for yourself, okay? Everything else is in the description. My email, links for Webull and TradingView and all that stuff are in there. So, yep. Love y'all. I will see you in the pre-market. We will chart in the pre-market and get ready for the live trade in the morning, okay? Good night, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get a guitar solo. Not tonight, brother. I'm killed out, man. Appreciate it, though. Maybe tomorrow, okay? Maybe tomorrow. Thank y'all.